This officially has been the ultimate starting to the week of hell. Let me tell you a little something about that. So, Sunday night, 3:30 in the morning. Well, not even that. Get home from work at midnight, and what do I see? Cat pisses all over the couch. She was doing it before she was fixed. She's still fucking doing it. Son of a bitch. 3 o'clock that night, I get a cop at my door banging on my door because somebody was reporting me for texting while driving down the highway, which made no sense because I wasn't in that vicinity at the time of the crime. So it's like, what's really going on? Somebody needs to mind their own friggin' beeswax. That's what needs to go on. And then last night, I'm sitting here right about to edit my videos when all of a sudden, my fucking computer flatlines. I'm like, what? All video files taken off the SD card, put onto the computer. Don't worry, I didn't lose them. I got them still, but computer is fucked. And by fucked, I mean filthy. So I'd taken it all apart, and oh, that was gross. And first I thought it was the video card, but look, you can see like there's friggin' like, you know, this thing gave me an allergy attack last night. I'm getting an allergy attack just being around it right now, to be honest with you. But I cleaned out the heatsink, cleaned out the fan. I replaced the video card because the 5870, it was giving me troubles with the fan, so I just slapped an older card into it. When you fire it on, it'll boot into safe mode, but when you try to do anything within Windows non-safe mode, like boot it into normal mode, she flatlines. You'll get in about halfway and then all of a sudden just powers off like it's overheating. So I'm thinking what I may have to do is go balls deep. I'm gonna have to remove this bar, remove this bracket, remove this heatsink, remove that video card, remove every single one of these screws around the outer edge, remove the motherboard, remove the heatsink, check the processor. If the processor is not covered in thermal paste properly, get some thermal paste, reapply it, stab it all back together, hope the fuck she works. If not, buy a new computer, put this one in the city dump, and never buy another Dell again. Because, like, fuck Dell. They haven't done anything right in a long time. I also took apart this power supply, cleaned out the insides. This is where the smell was coming from, so I questioned if the power supply was the one having the problem. Like, the power supply would hit thermal levels and disable itself, because this processor, like, this computer has a built-in diagnostic system, so you run the diagnostic system and you can test your fan, and the fan does spin freely, as you can tell. You know, it tests the fan at low and high, it tests the thermals of the processor, and it wasn't coming back with anything weird in the diagnostics. So I don't understand why it doesn't want to work now, like what the problem is. Now I did blow all that out, I probably could put it back together and be fine. I also found this here friggin' power supply that I bought a while back. It's a I don't even know what the size of it is, like 600 or some shit. Yeah, fuck, I don't know, it doesn't say. Oh, 700 watts, there you go. So 700 watt power supply, worst case in Ontario. I jammed that in there, try that out and see what happens. But I need to get some more blowjob in a can because mine ran out, and I thought I had another can here, and it turns out I don't. So we're probably gonna leave here after I go take a big shit and go and get some more BJ in a can, and then we're gonna go to work, then we're gonna get off work, come home and get shit did. But you know what, right now outside, I swear it's like plus 10. And honestly, I wasn't that far off. It's 6 fucking degrees out right now. So I talked to a couple cop buddies of mine about the whole driving while texting law, and asked them about the whole putting my camera in the car and filming while I drive, and what the legalities of that are. And according to them, as long as I'm not physically touching the camera at any given point while the car is in motion, I'm not breaking any laws. So what I was thinking was, we're gonna do a drive today, see if anybody reports us. This time if they do, I'm telling the cops that I want to press charges. Fuck's sakes. But right now I gotta rock a shit. Alright, so a lot of people are probably wondering why I think the power supply is the culprit and not the processor overheating. Probably other people are wondering why the fuck I'm putting this big heavy jacket on when it's only friggin' 6 degrees out. Well, because I don't really want to wear my spring jacket. It's probably going to get cooler tonight, and I need to get my arm through here and put the jacket on. But anyway, basically, one of the tests I did last night, on the back of the power supply, the stock Dell one, there's a green LED. And you know, I'm going to get my shoes on, we're going to jump in the car, and I'm going to talk about this on the ride over to the mall to get some BJ in a can. Oh, look who's somewhat thawing out. Friggin' Trans Am, eh? She's going to come back out to play soon. Right on. But, yeah, I'm putting that on the market. Gonna get rid of it. No, I'm not selling it online. Don't ask me what I'm selling it for. The price is none yet. But this door here, finally closed. It was the cold. Caused a warp in the wood or something. I don't know. Whatever. It's freaking soaking wet inside. I checked. It's brutal. Thank God that's hanging up. Chances are breakers are blown. But let's jump in the old 36 here. We'll get the frig out of here, go to Future Shop, and I'll explain why I diagnosed it as a power supply. Anyway, yeah, I know I said no about the driving vlogs, but you know what? My hands are off the camera, my hands are both on the steering wheel. I ain't breaking no law. This is no different than somebody having a GPS on their window. Except for usually when they have their GPS on the window, it's because they're lost and they're always staring at the damn thing. But, yeah, so basically what happened last night was I was on Facebook chatting with some friends, playing my Marvel game, all that jazz, when all of a sudden I loaded all my videos onto the friggin' hard drive, went to go and open Vegas. As soon as Vegas opened, the system flat, and I smelt this smell of burning that I couldn't identify. Like normally if it's a silicone burn, you can identify it because it's a really uncomfortable smell. This, however, I couldn't identify. Now the power supply is emitting a whine when you plug it in, and I don't know if it's always done that or if that's brand new, but it's only a 400 watt max, 325 watt nominal power supply in the friggin' rig. Now 400 watts to run an i7 and an ATI 5870 that has twin dual friggin', you know, the 6-point Molex connectors to allow power to the video card, additional power. Now it's worked fine since day one. Like I've never done any upgrades or any changes on that computer. That computer's been the way it is since I brought it home in 2009 and made the video on Skaven. But yeah, fuck, you should have seen my hair there if you thought my hair was funny in the vlogging life videos there on vlog 1500. My hair on that video was really bad, and I had like the huge pedo stash, and oh my goodness, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking back then. Probably thinking, well, I have a girlfriend, I don't need to look pretty to attract another woman, you know? Probably, I don't know, fuck, I was pretty dicked. But the reason why I'm thinking it's the processor, or the power supply, and not the processor overheating is basically because the system will boot in a safe mode and stay on running all the time, never shutting down. The system will not let me go into PSA mode, which is like personal computer assessment or something. It's some sort of a diagnostic routine. It'll let me do the high level diagnostics, but it won't let me do the low level. The moment I try, it just shuts off. Now when it does shut off, I noticed the green light in the back, which shows that there's AC going to it and it's receiving power. That light never turns off unless you unplug the computer. When this thing flatlines, that light turns off for about 2 seconds and then turns back on, and the computer turns back on, acting like there was just a simple power failure. So it's because of that that I think the power supply is fucked and needs to be replaced. And holy shit, that road noise is loud. It's all wet out, eh? So we're all just driving through the lakes right now. Like, look at that Dodge there, just looks like he's fucking doing a burnout, but totally isn't. He's just making waves. My car probably looks awesome like that too right now. I should have grabbed my GoPro, put it outside the car so I could have filmed it, but whatever. Anyway, so what I'm thinking's happening is the power supply, you know, it's been taxed pretty hard all of its life from 2009 till 2015. So that's 4 years of dealing with the nonsense and bullshit. Are you cunts gonna let me go, or are you gonna all fucking just run the red? So that's like, you know, 4 years of non-stop running. Cause I don't really turn off the computer. It suspends itself, but, you know, goes to sleep. But I never actually power it down except for, you know, a power failure. That's when I power it down. But other than that, all it does is turn off the monitors and then suspends itself for a bit until I knock a mouse or hit a keyboard key. So it's been running pretty hardcore for the past 4 years, non-stop, you know. Power supply had this really odd smell to it last night. Like, I took it all apart and the power supply was a different kind. Something different than I've ever seen before. It's actually got a circuit board on the top and on the bottom. Normally the ones I've seen had the circuit board on the bottom with your transformers and your resistors and your capacitors and all that shit on there, you know. This one here had like one on the bottom, one on the top, and they're almost identical. So it makes me think like it's two 200-watt power supplies folded into one, and they got them like connected with some sort of a MOSFET controller to basically help alleviate any stress from the system. and direct power better. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm probably wrong, but not a big deal. But the smell coming out of it was something that I can never identify. I don't know if that's what burning dog hair smells like or what. So I'm thinking the power supply itself is flaked. I do have that 700 watt. I'm gonna install it and give it a try, but before I do anything else, like I said, I gotta get some blowjob in a can. I gotta clear all the rest of Oreo out there. I also realized that you can take that front plate off, the plate that covers the CD-ROM tray, the memory card readers, all that shit, and you should have seen what I found in there, man. I could have made a new dog. Like, I never even knew you could take that off until I was inspecting the case last night, and I saw this thing that said, push here, and I'm like, oh, what could you do? Well, you know, pay a little bit more attention, and I wouldn't have had to press it to find out, but I decided to frig it and gave her a clickety-clack, and next thing I know, the whole front side of the case just flops off like a flounder, and I nearly ripped the wires off that go to the power light, which is the Dell symbol on the front of the case that lights up when the computer is turned on. Learned my lesson. Sure enough, that was the problem right there. I took that off, and I friggin' like 7 pounds of dog behind there. So I went ahead and cleaned that all up. Went from there. So now I'm just going to clean up the rest of the dog, and then we're going to put the 700 into it. Like, I cleaned out the power supply, but you know what? I'm just going to fucking replace it with a bigger one, because I do want to put an SSD into this computer and run Windows off an SSD on it. The computer is still pretty quick. It's not a slouch. It's an i7 2.66 gigahertz, so fuck it, right? But anyway, I'm going to go inside, get my shit, and I'll be right back. Just got recognized. Love that kind. But 335, 11 degrees Celsius. Yes, that's plus 11, people. Fuck yeah. Soon I'll be driving my mini bike in the backyard. Sure, it'll be a swamp, friggin' muddy mess, but I'll be able to do it. I think the first project this year is going to be to remove the deck off of the mower, get those bearings assessed, figure out what the hell they are, and find out where I can get new ones. Hoping Rex is right, man. He's like, on all decks I've seen, the bearings have 3 bolts holding them on. Well, fuck, I hope you're right, bud, because if I have to grind and cut these fuckers out or bring them to a machine shop and have them pressed out, sorry to say, but that's gonna suck. And if it's too expensive for it, I'm probably better off just to drop the deck and spend 300 bucks and buy myself a self-propelled mower and not use a rider. Have a secondary romper. So let's face it, the mower is faster than my romper anyway for some reason. Oh, it's too warm for this jacket right now. Oh, big times. But this is the kind of weather where people walk around in next to no clothing and they get really, really, really sick. So I kind of don't want that. So jack it up and sweat a little. Holy fuck, guys, you gonna find the accelerator there and give her? Jesus Christ, just crawling through the parking lot. Not like other people don't have things, you know. But yeah, so got my blowjob in a can, and I also went over to the A&W and bought myself a teen burger and an onion ring for supper. Because out of all the hamburger joints in this town, well, except for Burger World, obviously, but I mean like the fast food joints like McDonald's, Wendy's, we don't have a Burger King. We had one, but they got shut down because of sanitation and employment. Like the labor board and the sanitation board were both fighting to see who can fire them first. Oh, clean off the window a bit, Adam. You can do that now. Your squirt guns work. Fuck, this car needs a bath. You can see the side of the car. It's all white with salt. But no, out of all the burger joints in town that are like fast food, A&W I find is the only one that actually tastes like a hamburger. You get a Big Mac or any sort of McDonald's burger, and the patty is so fucking salty. It's like biting into like a salt lick. You know, you get. I find the burgers over at Wendy's are so damn greasy that when you bite into them, they spit in your face. Just A&W, there's something. The teen burger is like the ultimate bun to condiment to friggin' patty or meat ratio. It's like just an absolute delight in your face. Well, for me anyway, that's the way I see it. Some people probably like other burgers. Hey, to each their own, right? I just find A&W is the best because their burgers actually taste like burgers. That and I can eat A&W and I'm not running for the bathroom in like 20 seconds after I eat it, where with McDonald's I eat it and it's like, make sure nobody's about to use the washroom in the next 20 minutes because I'm gonna have to poo. Regardless of what I had today, I'm gonna have to because I have McDonald's. Like my body's gonna find stuff to friggin' launch out. So they want $3 for a can of that fucking compressed air over at the dollar store, so that's kind of a pain in the cock. But I grabbed 2 of those anyway. And they had these chocolate bars on sale called Meteor, which I think they're just Mars bars, but changed the name to make it less illegal. So I grabbed one of those, or I grabbed 2 of those because 2 for $1. We'll see how bad those taste. We'll go from there probably. So I'm gonna have to remember to charge my Dart at work because I don't have an ability to charge it at home unless I get that computer up and running tonight. If I do, fuck right on. If I don't, fuck sakes, you know? That means I'm gonna have to pull the board, pull the heat sink, clean the processor off of all the thermal paste, apply new thermal paste, reapply heat sink, hope to Christ that works. If not, then I might just say fuck it, start ordering the bits for my computer and use that tower as the base. Make a Dell XPS 9000 that has a 4th generation i7 into it. Or I might even go the route of cleaning off that desk completely, putting the PS3 on that desk and plugging it into the 32-inch instead of using the 20-inch, and go from there. And then the other desk, I'll just let it sit there and fucking do nothing, because I don't like sitting that close to the window at the other desk. It's kind of bothersome. You know, like on Big Bang Theory, when Sheldon's always like, that's my spot, that's my spot. Well, my spot is where I sit, where the XPS 9000 was. That's my comfortable zone. I don't mind sitting over at the other computer if I'm doing something there, like playing video games or editing video games or anything to do with video games. But I really don't like sitting there just to do like random computer bullshit. Mind you, right now I'm not even on Facebook, so that's awesome. You know, people see me on Facebook all the time because I'm running a macro on Marvel Avengers there to maximize XP gains and maximize my silver gains. But yeah, like that's not even happening, and that probably contributed too to the friggin' power supply getting baked, because whenever Firefox would run anything with Flash, it would just run the computer so bloody hard. Well, it sounded like I was running the computer so bloody hard. Okay, well, you're gonna take up the whole fucking road because you're a goof, so I'm just gonna come back here and try not to park. Holy shit, I feel like I'm fucking off-roading. Oh my god, Adam, quit swearing. Oh my god, dude, quit being a douche. Oh yeah, I will just stab the friggin' car right here. Frig it. So yeah, my buddy was saying, I was talking to him about the whole camera and the window shit, and about the cops showing up at 3 a.m. and he's like, did you get his name? And I'm like, I think it was Officer Gerard. And he's like, oh. He's like, yeah, he probably shouldn't have showed up at 3 a.m. He goes, did he say he tried to get you during the day? And I said, yeah, and I explained to him I work 4 to midnight. And he's like, yeah, he goes, maybe that's why. He goes, he was just coming in there to scare you in case you were doing it, just to frighten you, to let you know that people, that we will go to that extent to catch you. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm an insomniac and I didn't get to bed till 9 in the morning. So yesterday was a devastating day for me. I'm not even putting any of that footage up because I was crankier than a motherfucker, and you guys don't need to see that because I was fucking losing it. I was about ready to bring the cat to the pound right then, you know, right then. I'm going to give the little shit rat another chance. If she fucks around though, she's gone. Like Bloke was saying, like when a cat starts pissing on furniture and stuff, it doesn't end. Well, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and hope to Christ she learns her lesson. And if she doesn't, then she's out of the house. Like, I don't need a fucking animal wrecking my shit. Like, you know, it's bad enough my shit's breaking down on its own. I don't need help. So, if that's the case, then fuck it. She's going to the pound. She's out of the house. Or she's going to become an outside kitty. Let her go outside and terrorize the neighbors and fucking eat squirrels and dodge cars and stuff. I just, yeah, I don't need that kind. But anyway, people, I'm going to shut her down here and head her inside and get this shift over with. And then tonight we're going to try and figure out that computer and get it all working again, if we can. I don't have any thermal paste. I should have swung by friggin' the source and grabbed some, but I didn't. But worst case, Ontario, if we need some, we'll go pick some up tomorrow over at the source, or we'll go on my weekend, Thursday, Friday. I just want to get that computer up and running. There's a lot of files on there that I need to get off. I can use friggin' safe mode to do that if I have to, but or just rip the hard drive out and slap it in an external case and use the XPS 8300 to pull the files, but whatever. Anyway, on that note, thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment, all that bullshit. And until next time, people, keep on vlogging.